What's going on, guys? It's Screech here, and today we are coming at you with a deck profile. Once again, on a Saturday, a roundup of my locals. This week we played Dragoon Guru, and this week we won again. This is the third week in a row we've won with 3 different decks. Subterrors is one of my favourite decks. It is a deck I have played for many formats, and unfortunately, the numeron build, which I was going to play next week and upload, has just been banned. But it's okay, because the Dragoon build is still here, and this was a really thrown together list that worked, and a lot of stuff in this deck works, and we're going to go ahead and explain the card by card choice, and of course the prices like usual. So starting off with 3 copies of Guru himself. He flips to add any subterror card. He adds the trap, he adds the hand trap, he adds the shuffle boy, shuffle girl, should I say. He is the MVP, the kingpin. He is the pimp, because the rest of the cards in this deck are females. So he is your pimp, your punk daddy G, your subterror guru. And he's going to search all of his hoes. 3 subterror fiendus, 1 subterror nemesis archer. Guru, you don't deserve to be below them. You are above them. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Right there. Oh, yes. Oh, I love this deck. So, Fiendus discards to set a subterror to negate the activation of a card. Nemesis Archer, if it attacks something that is face down, shuffles it back into the deck. You'll pick up the whole subterror core, including the final battles and the hidden cities, for probably no more than £30. We're going to go ahead and fan these out up top here, so you can get a rough count. Next, of course, like I said, Dragoon, so you got to play the 2 vanillas, the only 2 non-females in the deck other than Guru. And the last ones we play were all hand traps, so we opted for 7 hand traps. Now, if you know me, and you know that this is the ratio I play in every deck right now. 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Ghost Bell, and 1 copy of Effect Veiler. I think this is actually a guy, but it's okay. She can join the pimp. She can join Guru's pimp army. So we'll explain these card by card choice. Let's just readjust it slightly. Ash is Ash. It does not need any explaining. You'll get these for around £20. Ghost Bell. It's really good this format, or it was really good this format. But I sided this out every single game today. I just realised I 2-0'd every game. I am actually undefeated. Let it go. Clickbait titles. Undefeated subterror list. Yeah. So Ghost Bell. Yeah, I sided it out every game. There's not really much to explain. You'll get a playset for around £3. But yeah, that rounds that up. And Veiler. Veiler is not good this format. Now you might be saying, well, if it's not good, why am I playing 1? This is a Halka Fibrax target, and it's not a brick, so you're not running additional bricks. I did draw this today, and it did win me the game. Whoops. There's not really much to explain. You'll pick one up for about 50p. It is your Hulk target. This makes Selene. Selene makes access. So if you steal a tuner from your opponent, you can make Hulk. Or more importantly, if you are in a winning-ish position, and you just need to clear the board, and you draw any of these 6 hand traps, you just normal summon it, make Hulk, summon this. Hulk and this makes Selene, revive this back, or even fiend this back, because it's a spellcaster as well, and then you make access code from there, which blows up boards. And you might be thinking this is a control deck, and that's like 2 gigabrain for a control deck. It does come up. It is something that you always have to be aware of. Spells. Simple spell lineup. 1 terraforming, 3 the hidden city. You'll pick a terraforming up for around probably 20p. It's had more prints than any other card I can think of, maybe with the exception of like Blue Eyes. Hidden City is your main card. When it's activated, it adds a subterror card directly from your deck to your hand, and then once per turn, you can change a face-down defense position subterror monster to face-up. It triggers your Guru, and of course, if your opponent attacks, you can of course also negate the attack by flipping a face-down subterror. After that, we are running a lot of consistency cards. Consistency is the key in this deck, and this is what we ran. 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity, 2 copies of Pot of Duality, and 2 copies of Triple Tactical Talents. This is also good for outing and stealing stuff, to help make the links, to help make your access code, to help make all of your other stuff. Prosperity is prosperity, and duality is duality. Now, if you don't open up any of the Red Eyes fusions, and you don't hit it with prosperity, which is unlikely, and you hit duality, you've got to think about this, okay? Prosperity will dig you for 6, duality will dig you for 3. You are digging 9 cards from your deck. The chances of that happening and you hitting, first of all, a starter if you've bricked that much. Second of all, them really powerful one-offs is absolutely ridiculous, which is why you can actually play so many one-offs in this deck. It's unbelievable. There's so many powerful one-off cards that people will not play because it's at 1. This deck can turbo it out really, really easy. Now, it's, of course, luck of the draw because you are, of course, just going through your cards. But I have actually done it twice today, and twice it has won me a game. Talents will set you back about 80. Dualities will set you back probably no more than £1. Prosperities still sitting at 70 a pop right now. And to round up the spells, 3 Red Eyes Fusion, that just rounds that up. You'll pick these up for, I think they're about £3 each right now. For the commons, need to get yourself some supers now that the ban list has dropped and Dragoon has gone nowhere. So, this is where the world hates me and the subterror group shouts at me, and then some will like and some will dislike. To final battle, of course, because it is final battle. But here we go. We did main summon limit because summon limit wins games. But it's a brick going second. It's not though, is it? Like, your opponent puts the board out. You can still, you are a grind deck, you grind the people out. This stops them from doing stuff. It's a phenomenal card, and because we're playing Prosperity, Duality, and Talents to help dig through the deck, 2 is my new favourite number, so 2 Ice Dragons Prison to join that, and 2 Solemn Judgments, and 2 Solemn Strikes, and 2 there can be only ones. Everything is at 2. 2, 2, 2. Savings at the train line. If you know, you know. Strikes, couple of quid. There can be only 1. Couple of quid. Judgments, couple of quid. Probably £1 each for these. There can be only ones. Might be 2. Summon limits 4 or 5. Final battles 50p. Ice Dragons, Prisons. I think like 20 now. Other than that, you know, you're counting. That's 39. What's the last card in the deck? The card that won me so many games today. It's ridiculous. You have to play this card. Like I said, you draw the Saki one-offs all the time. This Imperial Order, which I have tested, works. So good, so good. You dig through your deck so fast. I hard drew this twice today and dug it off of the Prosperity once. It's so good. Now, this, for those of you who don't know, with this wins the game. Your opponent can't activate effects, and you basically can. Until they deal with this, you'll always have stuff to deal with. It does shut your Dragoon Negate off, but at that point, you're not bothered. You have a big 3k beta. You're still going to be up on the Subterror cards. Your opponent's going to try to out the Dragoon before they start to out any Subterror cards. And with that in mind, you know, you can just let it go, flip the skill drain, and go from there. Now, extra decks a bit weird. Like I said, this was thrown together the last minute. So, 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. It's Dark Dragoon. It does what it does. You could probably and should probably play more of this, and I probably will end up picking more up. I did have 3, sold them when Prosperities came out, and now I think I'm going to still need them. A little bit of a problem, but it's okay. It's okay. Link Karibo and Relinquished Amina. Standard Link ones, you can make Fiendus can use to make these, and it helps deal with the Dino matchup because the Dino matchup is a pain in the ass. Link 2s, we opted to also play Predator Plant, Verte, Anaconda. This, I feel, is not really up for debate. These 4 will go in your deck irregardless. And then now comes where your extra deck becomes a little bit lenient. We did, like I say, opt to play the Hauka Fibrax package. For those of you who do not know that is Hauka Fibrax, Selene, and Access Code. Hulk gets the Veiler. Veiler gets your Veiler and Access. Veiler and Hulk make your Selene. Selene revives back your Veiler or Fiendus, and you make the Access Code. And you then have 2 pops. You can also, to get the 3rd pop, use the Veiler to make Relinquished Amina, because this is a spellcaster too. With that in mind, you will then have 3 pops off the Access Code, if that is what you need. That pretty much rounds up the extra deck for stuff that you're actually going to summon. The rest of this is just sort of like filler that comes up every so often. So Nightmare Phoenix, staple. I opted to play Barricade Board Blocker. I wanted some generic Link 2s, so I opted for Barricade Board Blocker because this can get you a Hidden City back, which is always nice. Didn't make it, didn't come up, but it is a good generic Link 2, and of course Asua the Earth Charmer as well. Generic Link 2 recycles back your Fiendises and stuff like that. Very, very good indeed. And then 2 copies of Elder Entity. Thinking about maybe maining Dogmatica Punishment with these because, well, it's a pop 2, which is bustedly broken. It's so good. But I mainly just kept this in case I played against Dogmatica. It is still a deck in the meta, and you do still have to be aware of it. This is something I stole off the Subterror group. Zodiac Dryden. If you steal your opponent's Zodiac XZ and you make your own Dryden, that's just ridiculous. And I liked that, so I stole it. The Ultimate Falcon, and I opted to play 2 The Last Warrior. This should be Naturia Exterio. I just couldn't find mine. Don't know where it's gone. Not a Scooby. So, with that in mind, you know, take it as you will, and you've probably guessed what we're siding with those last few cards. And if you haven't guessed, well, we'll tell you it straight away. We didn't trigger it once. We did actually draw it, but he opted to pop something else instead, which is a little bit annoying. 3 copies of Awaken the Dragon. Extra deck. I've explained it in other videos, the price of the extra deck, and it's very lenient as well. 3 copies of Awakened Dragon will set you back probably £1 for the playset. 3 copies of Lockbird the Droll. Standard side deck stuff from here on out. It's a phenomenal card. Dryatron has been hit, but people still add. This thing stops so many decks, it's ridiculous. 3 big smashy rocks. 3 weird Lancia things, and some spell and trap removal to round it up. Matchups for the day. Don't normally talk about the matchups. I just normally say that I won, I came second. I might mention 1 or 2 important games. The matchups today were really competitive. So we beat mekk-invoked game 1. He just couldn't deal with all of the stuff. Game 2, we beat Bird Up. I'm so sorry, Alex, if you're seeing this, because the hand I drew in game 2, so he bricked game 1, and I opened quite well, and then game 2, I just opened, like, so much hate for anything. It's unbelievable. I'm going to try and remember the hand. So it was Red Eyes Fusion. We were forced to go second. Red Eyes Fusion, Effect Veiler, Ash, Droll, Nibiru. No, it wasn't. Droll, Nibiru, Lancia, Effect Veiler, Red Eyes Fusion. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So Veiler, Red Eyes Fusion, Lancia, Droll, Nibiru. And then for turn, we top deck Skill Drain. Fun deck, by the way, guys. So, with that in mind, it's been your boy Screech, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the deck profile. Once again, winning for the 3rd week in a row. This deck probably is going to change a lot. I like the ratios, the 2-2-2-2, 2-2, and 2, and the 1 Skill Drain. I wouldn't opt any more of those at all. It's a really good list. It's a really fun deck for you, but not for your opponent. But enough rambling. It's been your boy Screech, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're into deck profiles, we upload it every Saturday. And if you're into more sealed-only and fun content, every Wednesday is the sealed-only journey that we have, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monopoly series. It's been your boy Screech, guys. Peace.